Hey everyone, today our member spotlight is with Art Fernandez. Art, why don't you first just tell us where you're from and a little bit about you?
I'm originally from the Northeast. I was born and raised outside of Philadelphia. My father was a ball player from Cuba who was lucky enough to be good enough to be sponsored by somebody in Philadelphia who brought him to a semi-pro league. So fortunately, I was lucky enough not to be chopping down sugarcane in Cuba today. So I'm really excited to be here because I've done so much and been through so much in my life. And for Healy to be in my life right now has really made a difference. And it's brought me to the point where I'm living a new life and I have a quality of life. So from Philadelphia to Branson, Missouri, I've made quite a change.
Okay, yeah, so you're in Missouri. That's awesome. So how did you originally hear about the Healy?
Well, my father being all his life into homeopathic medicine, holistic medicine, he was a masseuse. He had infrared machines. He had pulsating. He had all kinds of different machines back then in the 70s and early 80s that people were like, what? But my father worked for one of the top neurosurgeons in the world. And because of that neurosurgeon, my dad privy to machines other people couldn't get their hands on. So fortunately for me, I was introduced to this medicine years ago when people thought it was devil magic. But when I got out here, through the idea of trying to find alternative medicine because traditional medicine was killing me. It was destroying my kidneys. It was destroying my liver. It was destroying me. It was making me lethargic. When they had me in Percocets and Oxycontins, I realized I had to change. And when I heard about this Healy, I was like, okay, whatever. I'll try it. I started using it on me without even thinking it was going to help me. I was just like, well, let me detox. Let me do a couple things. And then one day after a year of being out of work, because I couldn't walk, I took the electrodes and I put it on my knee. And 15 minutes later, the pain in my knee was gone. And I was like, wait a minute here.
Hmm.
Something's happening, and I was blown away because I've been taking pills that I don't want to take, trying different alternative ways to take care of it, and they only last momentarily. But when 15 minutes later, I felt that pain go down. I was like, my goodness. And then after a few days of using it and doing a few other things, the swelling went down. It's made my shoulder better. It's made my neck better. It's got me off of medicine. I haven't taken medicine since I started taking Healy. And you know what that makes me feel like? Like I need to tell the world that they don't need medicine,
Wow.
because it truly does damage you. My father all my life told me stay away from synthetics. Do not take synthetics. He didn't take synthetics. He used to create his own medicine in the garden, but when I started taking medicine, he said, son, it's going to ball up inside of you. It's going to cause a mess down the road.
Are you using the Healy mainly with the wires and electrodes, or do you also have the coil?
No, what I do is if I'm on the road, most of the times I'll put the coil, just put the coil on I'll put the coil on my neck, and I'll do something like weight because I was at one time 500 pounds, and right now I'm at 280, and I need to lose another 70 pounds. So I've been using weight, and I've been using other things like whenever I need help because I tore my body up playing sports for a lot of years, and then being 500 pounds has its residual effects where it destroyed my knees, my back, and other places in my body. So believe me, my son told me that it's not the machine. It's called placebo.
Hmm.
And I was like, son, you got to have a tank full of placebo to help this body. And he started laughing until when I tested him, he was shocked. He was blown away and his
Yeah.
jaw dropped. And believe me, my son's a preacher. For me to surprise him, it was a surprise.
That's
When
great.
he said to me, Dad, how does it read me? How does it know? Why does it know? How can it tell I'm losing my hair? How can it tell I have scars on my arm? And he was blown away because thought it was all hype, and
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
saw it,
I know you and I are both Christians, so we believe in God. And, sometimes these types of things, alternative medicine things, especially getting to frequencies and energy, people start thinking it's very woo-woo or strange. But, I believe God made our bodies this way. We are frequency, we are energy. And can you imagine someone 100 years ago looking at what they do in hospitals now with echocardiograms and sonograms and ultrasounds? I mean, they would think that was voodoo and crazy, but we're
It's a
just
cult. It's a
yeah,
cult.
yeah. So this is the kind of the future of medicine is with frequencies and energy, and that's where we're heading. Get away from these pharmaceutical drugs, like you said. So
I'm going to tell you something, David. Deep down inside of my heart, and I don't mean to speak out of line, but I feel God put this in my path.
mhm.
I really feel that without this, I would still be in tears. I would still be hurting. I would still be getting infections. And I feel so good that I have a quality of life now like I haven't had in over 5 years. So to me, this is a game changer. To me, this is a life changer. To me, this is something that I feel like I need to give a testimony over because I want people to have the same benefits that I have and to be able to get their whole family. The beautiful thing about the Healy is it's not just for you, it's for your whole family, even for your pet. So,
Great.
how much more diversity can you get this one thing that can do so much? And I haven't even really delved into what I want to get into, which is the coaching uh, part and the aura part, because all that stuff I learned while I was just in Cuba. One of the doctors told me, does it deal with the third eye? Does it deal with the chakra? And I was like, really? They're like, if it does, I'm way interested in this. And I was blown away. I was like, wow. So they really do know about it. They just don't have the technology. And when I told them this, like, when you coming back, they were telling me, explain, show me, tell me, what does it do to the cells? Blah, blah, blah. They were giving it to me. And I was glad I could answer. And when I was done, they were like, well, we're ready to open up a clinic down here.
How did you originally hear about the Healy? Who told you about Healy?
I had Charlotte show me, and Charlotte's pretty thorough, and David Ray came behind her. So I had like a bang, bang lesson. So I was quick. I was like a sponge. I was like, give it to me. Give it to me. But I'll tell you, when Ray taught me what he taught me about this coaching tool, it really opened up my mind. It really blew me away. It really made me think, wow, this has no limits. This has all kinds of ways that it can help a psychiatrist. It can help a doctor. It can help people understand things that they don't understand. And this is unbelievable. Never in my life, even all the things my father told me, I would never expect that a little 2-inch piece of plastic can do so much.
Hmm.
And I don't mean to belittle the Healy like that, but I'm just saying that's a lot of things going on in that little box.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, this has been awesome. Is there anything else that you were hoping to get to share that we didn't touch on?
I really want to help people. And I know a lot of people that are on chemicals, David. And if I can help people get off pills, I think I've done my job, because it kills me to see friends of mine that sit on a couch and are lethargic and you can't even talk to them because they're stoned on Percocets or they're stoned on Oxycontins. And that to me is sad. And that's where I was. And I'm not there anymore. As you can see, I'm pretty much alive.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of energy. And I feel like I'm getting my life back and I feel focused. And I feel Healy is the one thing besides God's grace that has gotten me back on my feet again.
Thank you so much for joining me today and being able to share your story. We really appreciate you. And this has been a great member spotlight. And so we'll get this out so lots of people can hear your story, Art. Thank you so much.